So hello and welcome back to Gumare Coins and Banknotes, and in today's video we're looking at Chile's, I was going to say Ecuador, yeah, similar continent anyway. So this is the third currency since the actual introduction of currencies. The first one was the real, then in 1835 they issued the first peso, and in 1960 they issued the actual escudo. So you can see on these coins it has E up the top for escudo, and if we look at the 5 escudo, you can see it has 5 escudos. So, and people are pretty familiar with the Portuguese escudo, which used that denomination and currency, but it's also been used in the Spanish world as well. So the values that we have, I am missing two coins. Yeah, 2 coins. I'm missing the aluminium 5 escudo, and I'm missing the aluminium half centimos. So if you want to know about the actual exchange between the two currencies, so first peso, so this is the 10 peso coin, or one condor. So had they were going to change it to the condor, but obviously it doesn't really sound that good in English, so I'm not too sure about Spanish. But as you can see, the exchange rate was 1 centimo equals 10 pesos. So that's equivalent to 1 escudo equals 1,000 pesos. And when they done this, they made the coins pretty similar. So you could actually use this up for a period of time as the 1 centimos. On the obverse, so this is the front of the coin, we have the Andean condor, which is the largest bird in the world. And as you can see, it's not a haystack eagle. It comes from New Zealand, but this is the Andean condor. Probably a pretty scarce bird to actually find out in the wild these days. So 1960, they first issued these centimos coins. The 1 centimo was minted until 1963, and then after that they didn't issue any. And also at that time they issued banknotes overprinted. So this is a 10 centimos, so the 100 pesos would have been overprinted 10 centimos, and that one would have circulated up until pretty much 1965, so about 5 years. So between 1960 and 1964, the 2, 5 and 10 were pretty scarce coins, so they didn't issue too many of them into circulation. The 1 centimos generally has a mintage of about 20 to 30 million, so they're pretty common. The 2 centimos, so as you can see, has E at the top for escudo and S down the bottom for the capital, Santiago. And you can see the rotation is coin rotation, the same as the United States and most of America, except for probably Uruguay, which is using metal rotation. So this one is 1970, so last year of issue, has a mintage of 20 million. But the key dates you want is 1960 and 64 of only about 2 million. So they're the lower minted coins that you would actually be looking for. And I wouldn't be surprised if you can still get them in circulated. Okay, here we have the 5 centimos. As you can see, this has a fingerprint from a period of time in the past, not mine. And you pretty much would have to put in some cleaner to get that off. So 1967 had a mintage of 19.6 million. But the key dates this one, 1960 to 63, they all seem to be low minted. 1960 will be hard to get, not issued for circulation, but you can get proof coins. So that should be a very valuable coin. And as you can see, this one seems to have been a partial collar. So, yeah. So it means it's slipped out of the die a bit. It's not really that great of an error, but you know, just something to look out for. Okay, so the largest coin they issued in aluminium bronze, this is 10 centimos. and this circulated up until 1971 when they issued the smaller coin, which we'll look at in a minute. Okay, 1961, 1.9 million. So this is not a key date. That will probably be 1960 and 1962 for 1.5 million. Most of the other years are pretty common. And once again, as E for Escudo, S for Santiago, and this is why I like it. So there's these coins in this grade sell for common coins. They sell for about $5 to $10. This one, because it's a lower mint, I would say probably sell for a lot more. So here we get to the small coin. So 1971, because of inflation, was actually reducing the value of these coins. They issued a smaller 10 centimos. So as you can see, they changed the design. They put the coat of arms on the front. They remove the E for Escudo, and this one has Bernard Higgins, first president. Well, at least I think he's the first president. And they issued a 20 centimos with. So this issue has different people from different time periods of Chile. It's 50 centimos. So we'll put them all together. So here are all the denominations, and as you can see, it has 1 and 2 escudos, all dated 1971, 72. And these ones you can probably get for $2 to $3 each. They shouldn't be too hard to get. But there is an aluminium 5 escudos issued in 1974, along with this coin here. Same design, also dated 1972. But that one seems to be harder to get. So the aluminium one you want to get. And then the only other 2 coins they actually issued was a 50 and 100 escudos. So as you can see, 1974, and inflation started to take off. So if you look at the back of these coins, these ones have individuals. The high denominations just have the Andean condor. But there's a difference in that the Andean condor is on some peaks, at Andean peaks. So this will be a specific mountain in Chile. So I would surmise is that that's probably representing Osos de Salado, so the highest peak in Chile. It's also a volcano, and as you can see, it has ash coming out the top. So, and that's at nearly 6,893 meters. So that's what that represents, an Andean condor again. So this one was also minted in 1975. And these coins don't seem to be scarce. So, as well as the 50 escudo. So these ones, you'd be paying, I would say these 2 coins, you're probably paying $3 to $4 each. Unless you get them in a bulk lot, then you can actually get these coins for a lot lower. So if you look at 2 people on the 1 escudo, Carrera and Lautaro, obviously an indigenous leader, probably fought against the Spanish. Could have been Inca as well, because the Incas did have territory in the northern part of Chile, not Ecuador. Yeah, they did have Ecuador as well. So someone from Ecuador could have actually served in the Incas and served in Chile as well. Wouldn't be surprised. So, if you're gonna purchase a whole lot of these, you're probably paying like $10 or something like that, and including those, probably at least $20. And if you wanted to get the centimos, probably $40 to $50. So another thing that I wanted to show you is when they actually change over to the new peso. So 1975, they redenominated. They issued a 1 centavo, and as you can see, it's the same size as the 10 escudo. So this had a revaluation of 1,000 escudo because 1 new peso. Then we have the 5 centavos. This was initially issued in aluminium bronze, but then because of inflation, they changed it to aluminium. And the 100 escudo went 10 centavos. This was later on, 1976, issued also in aluminium as well. So that's how that conversion happened in 1975. You can see the design's pretty similar, shape's similar. They also have a Indian condor on a peak. So that's, yeah, very interesting. I actually like that, how they, instead of removing the coins from circulation, they kept them in circulation probably for quite a while. When were these demonetized? Hopefully Newminster, 1975. But I wouldn't be surprised if they just circulated for quite a long time afterwards. So that is the end of my presentation on Chile coins. Now this is probably the last one until I can get some more older coins. So let's have a look at the 1 centavo. Quite a nice coin. Very nice. These 10 Escudos would be harder to get in high grade, so they would have seen circulation quite a long time after 1975, probably 77. They went out of circulation. When inflation, changing these currencies didn't actually change the inflation rate. So the inflation rate just ignores currencies. It goes on, supply and demand and how much of that currency is actually in circulation. So if you're going to change over to currency, you're going to continue to have the same amount in circulation, or instead of factors like a supply shock or something like that, it's not really going to do anything to affect the actual value. So hope you get into and get these coins. Thank you very much for watching my video. Hope it was informative. Please don't yell at me, and have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time. Thank you and goodbye.